I mean, for Jay's theory, I mean, I think I never thought of it that way, actually. Like, yeah, they've come down and looked and like, yeah, we're not messing with these guys.
It's just too
We've
crazy down
advanced
there.
far more than them. So maybe we're the predators now. So we just don't even realize it.
I got a theory on that, man. I got a theory on that, man.
Hmm.
In scriptures, it always talks about God always says God will take what the enemy meant for your evil and turn it for your good. So hear me out on this, right? Hear me out on this. This has everything to do with reincarnation. Do you know how avatar you would be if you had access to all your memories and all your past life experiences? Do you, like, say for example, like
you don't even know.
they recycle us, right? They recycle us, right? Weird thing happened to me one time ago, man. But it's not the weirdest. It's actually not going to be the weirdest thing you guys have ever heard me say, man. Like about myself. I had a dream. I had a dream one time, man. I had a dream one time, and in my dream, I was regressing through my past lives to the point where I was a black substance in a pool of like black substance, and I shot out of it upwards, and that was my creation, first ever creation, right? Like my first ever, like went through it.
True Genesis.
The true Genesis, man, like the primordial ooze that we were, whatever, the cosmic whatever of not my body now, not my body, my consciousness.
Just your consciousness.
My consciousness, right? And what if, man, what if when if whatever machine is on the moon zaps us, and I've got physical proof of this as well. It broke, and we instantly had access to eons worth of however long they've been doing this, our life experiences, intellectual maturity, all that stuff came coming back into us, right?
The old soul idea.
Yeah.
But on steroids.
Yeah, literally we, I know this is gonna sound weird, but like literally we could become that. You know, a Sith Lord or a Jedi, like all these powers that we would have into our mind. And that's what makes us scary to them. That if we ever broke loose, like, for example, two things. One, I know the guy that's shooting, beta level antibiotics in a chimpanzee's butt is like, if this chimpanzee ever got in this cage, you got this guy, they would beat me to death. You know what I'm saying? Like here's a banana.
They would literally eat its face.
Yeah, exactly right. Like literally, they would eat this. They would eat them, right? I know there has to be that level of like, Tonga, no, Tonga, no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, there's not. If it gets to that point, you're done. No Tonga, no.
Yeah, no.
That thing is so much stronger than you.
Yeah. And what if it's like? And what if that's like? And the reason why I think that is because I never bought the junk DNA theory. Where they said that like 99. Steve, are you familiar with the junk DNA?
Yeah, but that's been proven to be kind of like bullshit too, a little bit.
Yeah, Steve, are you familiar?
They just didn't know what they were looking at.
It's just the idea that apparently there's a lot of our DNA that they don't know where it is, where it came from, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, supposedly like 90% of our DNA is supposed to be junk, and I've always never bought that, and I think they knew from the very beginning it wasn't. Evidently, that DNA is a recorder for your entire bloodline, like a DVD. You can go back and look at it, right? Like a hard drive.
Okay, so think about it. All right, so
just imagine you guys thought you're losers now. 7 years.
I think about this shit all. I think about this shit all the time. I think about this stuff all the time because what you're talking about is okay, so there's a physicist named Sarah Walker who works on constructor theory, right, at ASU. I'm a big fan, right? Super smart lady and really cool. Like just some of the newer kind of ideas and newer thinking that she and her colleagues are working on, right? Yeah, the idea like. So for me, I've always, we all gonna do it now. I mean, it's easy for me. I just let it happen because
Steve's the only one that can wear an eye patch because he actually lost an eye to a
It's not
vicious,
gone though. It's still there. It just doesn't obey all the time.
a vicious ping pong match gone south and got hostile. Ping
Horribly,
pong,
horribly
ping
wrong.
pong injury.
It's actually
Ping pong.
still in there. I don't want anyone to see it. That's why I wear the patch.
Exactly right.
We drew a little smiley face on it, make it a little bit more palatable, but it's not good for the camera.
Pluck that bad boy out
So
and get
anyway.
a glass eye with like a crosshair in it. You know what I'm saying?
It's all one long probability chain, man.
Mhm.
All stories are true. Okay? Think about it. All stories are true because the probability of anything that anything that has a non-zero probability will play out. And I can defend that.
Do it then. With your devil worshiping
We
theoretical
are
physicist
all the totally devil worship.
mumbo
Anyway,
jumbo.
if anything, I worship probability.
Math.
Okay.
This guy. Math.
Jesus.
You can't wait. Sorry.
No, I'm not even trying. I'm just trying to get a complete thought out, before my ADD brain and the greyhounds start playing with the hamster balls again. It's just so anyway. Yeah, it is like the cantina in there most days.
Nerd. Just a nerd.
So the idea is that probability is the underlying fabric of the universe, right? So if you even get down to quantum theory of things popping in and out of existence, that requires a causal chain. The universe is both deterministic and random at the same time, right? Because there are random things that happen at the microscopic level, but it all kind of pans out at the macroscopic level, right? Like you're not going to see, so there's this stuff called heavy water, right? It's got one extra neutron or something. I'm probably murdering that. You're not going to know the difference. You're not going to see the heavy water because you can't see the atoms, but at a microscopic atomic level, it's different, right? But it all gets kind of jumbled together because it's just such a high view, right? People look like ants from high up, right? So you step back and you look at the macro scale of time, right? This happened and it caused all of these other things to happen inevitably because there was nothing steering the ship,
Yeah,
right?
that's like, what is that? That's the butterfly effect, chaos theory, right? Something like
Chaos
that.
theory
Yeah.
and constructor theory kind of like wiggle together, I think, in some respects. I'm new to the whole constructor theory thing because, I just started with it. But I like it because she describes something called a causal chain, and I think of that as like what I call a quantum echo, right? So if you think about a hammer or a screwdriver, we love screwdrivers, right, Joe? Do you think about a screwdriver, right? If you trace its lineage back, you can trace it back to a sharp stick, right? So what I think of as the quantum echo, the thing that moves backwards, like where did the screwdriver come from? So far back in history, it was a sharp stick, but now it's a screwdriver.
What came
right?
first, the screwdriver or the screw?
Probably the nail. And
The
then
nail.
somebody screwed up. Get it? Somebody screwed up. Steve got that.
Oh, that's good.
That was funny.
That was good.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. Everything comes from something, right? That's the whole idea. Probabilities will play out. I think we're the engines playing those probabilities out, right? Because we're the only ones that can actually kind of steer the ship.
So if I take your theory and I apply it to our conversation, it's probably right. Reptilians are real.
Probably, yeah, somewhere.
There's a probability.
In some part of the multiverse. In one of these probabilities. Well, it's
right. No, it's
more
here,
likely than a lot of things.
No, because right here, to add this to
Where's
the
the
end,
asteroid miss?
was this in Sierra Leone, Africa in 1990. They found over 100 reptilian figurines buried in the ground. They were actually digging for blood diamonds because it was the Africa stays at war, but so do we. And the Africans again refer to them as the Nomole or sky gods, and they said they came from the sky, and they found these weird blue rocks.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.